brought to celebrate Eddie's life and the kind of guy that he was. And again, this is written from the standpoint of Artie Werkel telling the story. Artie takes me on a sprinkler job in Syosset. Lady has a leak in her huge front lawn. She tells Eddie she put a stake in the ground to mark the spot. We get there and start digging. Can't find the pipe. We dig a 10-foot hole in her lawn. She comes home and starts screaming at Eddie, that's not where the leak is. We find out the landscaper cut the grass before we got there and moved the stake. Roosevelt signs on with a building fire on Debevoise Avenue. I was heading to Brookside as I came over, and as I passed Park Place, I see Eddie turn off Davis onto Park like a bolt of lightning heading for Nassau Road. I know where he's going. We get called out of mutual aid. We turn into the block and I see his car parked on someone's lawn. We get closer and Eddie's hanging out a window on the second floor of this body shop that's going good. He starts waving at us, and I assume he was in trouble. As I get out of the cab, he yells, "Hey Arch, bring us straight tip nozzle up here. This is a piece of crap." He was on the second floor, fire all over, with the probie from Roosevelt doing his thing, and happy as a clam. That sounds like Eddie. Eddie and Susan's wedding. We're all back at Brookside. Might be a cocktail or two involved. I decide to take them for a ride around town. Susan in a wedding gown, Eddie in a tux, both riding the back step. Guys from the fire patrol all over the rig. Backing into the firehouse, I look in the mirror and see Walter Owens' face. I really caught hell for that one. I'm sure he did. I was working lower Manhattan delivering typewriters, carrying two in a bag down Park Row, heading for the subway. And he pulls up in the fire patrol chief's car. Just dropped the chief off and was heading back to Brooklyn. He asked me where I'm going. Says to me, hop in. Lights and siren all the way to 8th Avenue and 34th Street to make the delivery. He was always laughing when my father was around and Eddie walked in. My father would put his glasses on crooked like Eddie wore his, and Eddie always laughed. Mike Jost and some others, and that would include me, went fishing out to Montauk and we landed a dusky shark. We catch one about 6 feet long, maybe 150 pounds. We brought it back to Brookside and Eddie puts it on the roof of his Camaro and drives it all around Uniondale. When he gets tired of doing this, he decides to dispose of it behind the vacant A&P on Jerusalem Avenue in a huge puddle. The next day in Newsday, it reads, "Dead shark found in police booth in front of A. Holly Patterson." And that's a fact, I think that's true. I mentioned Eddie's sprinkler business. For those of you who didn't know, he had a great sprinkler truck, a 1974 blue Camaro. He rode around with a 125-gallon compressor tied into the trunk, loaded with pipe and tools, the back end scraping the ground. He used the compressor to blow out lines in the winter. He gets a brainstorm to make it a connection, so he can hook up a Scott bottle to the sprinkler lines to blow them out. It worked. He gets rid of the compressor and is now riding around with 10 Scott bottles in the trunk. The chief wanted to know why we have so many empty bottles at the firehouse every other day after a complaint from the guy who fills them. Eddie O in all his glory says, "We train here, chief." Those are some of the vignettes Artie sent as far as Eddie goes, and I'm sure we could all add tons of them, like I said. Just some of my thoughts with Eddie. I've known Eddie since kindergarten, great friend, and I think if he had to have a theme song, it would probably be Frank Sinatra's "I Did It My Way," because we all know Eddie certainly did it his way, right? Most of you may not be aware of it, but Eddie's family has the unprecedented honor of being in this fire department for 4 generations. His grandfather, his father, Eddie himself, and Edward Jr. No other family has ever done that. Okay, hopefully we'll continue on down the road. If you take a look around this building, for those of you that aren't involved in the fire service, you see a building that's made out of masonry, steel. You look outside, you hear the trucks running. They're made out of steel, canvas, and rubber hose on them. May not look like much, but I can tell you, it's people like Eddie, and Eddie in particular. He was the essence of this firehouse. He breathed life into this place. And for those of you guys that are still around, you younger guys, whether you knew him well or you didn't know him well, every time you go out the door on that rig, he's going to be with you, all right? And just remember that, carry on the traditions, because that's what the fire service is all about. And no one loved the fire service more than Eddie. God bless you, my friend. Rest easy. Thank you.